So today is actually a super exciting day because we've been on a wait list to get that barn in the center of our property taken down, the one that's missing all the siding. If you've been here forever, then you've seen it on the farm tour that I put up. But it's in the center of our property, and it was actually sold before we bought the property, and the people just took all the siding off of it. So we were just left with a barn with no siding, and we can't afford siding to be put back on it. And the top floor, because it's a 2-story barn, the second floor is like rotted and falling down. So it's just not safe, and we've been on a wait list to get it taken down. So this evening that barn company is coming, and they're gonna see if they want to buy the barn and the timbers out of it. That's what they're interested in, is just the beams in it. So we're honestly not sure if they're just gonna take the beams out of it and then we're gonna be left with like all of the metal and all the scrap lumber, or if they're just gonna take everything. We have no idea how that works, so we may be left with a big mess, but we're hoping that the money that we make from the barn can help with our kitchen renovation budget. So we're really excited, and I'm just glad to see it gone, because hopefully this time next year I'll maybe possibly have a greenhouse there, depending on money and stuff and where we're at with renovations. But I really want to put a greenhouse on the concrete slab that's under that barn, and then I want to put a garden next to it and like raised beds and stuff. So it'll be the perfect place because it's like right behind the house here, and it's like dead center of the property. So I think it'd be perfect for it. And I'm just so excited to see it gone now and see what the place looks like without it there. We knew they were going to be coming today. And so yesterday we went through and got doors out of there and some of the feed boxes that I'll use them for decor in the house or something. We wanted to keep some stuff out of the barn. There wasn't anything cool in there, but we did want to take some things out of it just to like have memory of it. And it does have a signature on carved in one of the doors, so we kept that door, but I'll show you guys. I'll insert all those clips. In the barn, we ended up keeping a couple barn doors, but we kept this one in particular just because it does have the person that built the barn and their signature. We think the year is 1917. We're honestly not really sure. I also kept the feed boxes out of the barn because those can be used for anything. They're awesome heavy boxes. And then we also found one of the original wooden shutters that used to go on the outside of the house. And we actually went to the front of the house and compared, and it is the actual original one. I didn't take the most footage of the barns being tore down or them working just because I didn't want to be in their way. So usually whenever they would go to lunch or when they were done for the day, I would come out and film. But they were super neat about everything, and they put the nails in these barrels. After they were done tearing down this barn, Ben and I talked about it, and we actually ended up selling them the small shed on our property that was going to be the summer kitchen eventually, and then also the corn crib. Our plan with the summer kitchen, we were just going to tear it down completely because it was so rotted and way too far gone. So we decided to sell it and get a little bit of money out of it and put towards the kitchen renovation. So here's what this one looks like. And they took everything down, and then the corn crib, we sold that to them, and we're glad we did. It was kind of a big debate because, as you can see, the roof is split and it needed a lot of work. But the further that they got to taking the barn down, he actually came to us and said that we made the right decision because it wouldn't have stood for maybe a couple more years, and that's it, just because the boar bees had gotten so bad in there that the majority of the timbers, especially going crossways through the alley, were so eat up that they were almost like there was nothing left to them. They wouldn't have stood, and you can see the sway in the barn, how bad it was. So we actually got a drone, and so if this footage is not very good, it was my first time flying, so if it makes you dizzy, I'm sorry. But this is the barn and the summer kitchen that they tore down, and we have big plans. Eventually, where the big barn was, the first barn they tore down, we do plan on putting a greenhouse there eventually, and our garden and the raised beds will go around it. This is the corn crib, and we decided that since it is concrete pad in the middle, we're going to go ahead and pour concrete pads on the sides. And this is actually going to be Ben's shop, and it's going to be tall enough to fit the tractor in, and it's going to be heated and cooled so that we can work in there at night or just do whatever we need to do, because right now we have nowhere to really work on equipment. None of this work is going to be done anytime soon. We still have a lot of work to do on the house. We've only finished one room completely, so we need more time to work on the house, but this will be all in years to come, our plans, and they may change in the future, but this is just what they are right now. And then the summer kitchen, where they tore down the small shed, we still plan on that being our summer kitchen.